Coach Pop, man, been head coach since 1996. He has the most regular season wins, over 1,300 wins, five-time NBA champ, three-time coach of the year, Olympic chip on him as well, too. He will be forever known for his leadership, adaptability. He embodied the DNA centered around teamwork where no one is above the other. Everyone plays unselfish brand of basketball and has, quite frankly, one of the biggest coaching trees. If you worked under Coach Pop, you gonna get a bag eventually. So Coach Bud, Ime, Monty, Jack Vaughn, Becky Hammond, Brett Brown, this goes on and on and on. But obviously, due to health reasons and his age, it just seemed like it was about that time as well too. When they made the assistant coach the new head coach as well too. But turn over to you, Terrence, man. What are your thoughts on Pop's legacy, stepping down, and all that other good stuff, man?
Real quick,
Yeah, I mean,
real quick, I just want to say about the
go ahead.
coaching tree. Actually, I know you mentioned Ime, but this Warrior series, Steve Kerr and Ime both are,
Yes, yeah,
yeah,
Steve Kerr wasn't under his coaching tree, but he played with the Spurs and got that what chip in '03.
yeah. But he
Yeah.
still was the one who helped him out, yeah, in terms of coaching when he first
Hmm.
started out. So
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, man, it's definitely, tough news to hear. Ultimately, I know it was for the best, but basically been a was a Spurs fan from like birth to like 2006 when they played that first finals against LeBron and the Cavs. And that's when I like really switched my allegiance over to being a LeBron fan. But obviously, it's like you said, like his influence around the league, the players that he was able to coach and make better, even like in Wimby's, two seasons, like being able to feel like he was able to have an influence on the younger generation and also, the older generation as well is cool. And I feel like, he's gotten his flowers, you know what I'm saying, before, if he were to have passed or like, if the stroke had killed him and stuff like that. So it's cool to see that in real time too. Because he's like, in my opinion, like, I mean, on the Mount Rushmore of coaches for me, in my opinion.
Hmm.
So it's cool to see that he's getting his flowers. And it was I thought like Draymond's post game interview, I think it was after game 6, I think it was
Hmm.
like really like emotional honestly for me, like just like hearing him talk about him, and talk about like, he wished he could have like hugged him one last time on the sidelines. I was like, damn man, like it's really deep for the players too. So that was cool to see. Um but yeah, I'm excited to see like what um our new coach is going to kind of usher in, and see how that transition, now that it's permanent, looks like for the Spurs.
Hmm.
But everybody seems to be on board. So overall,
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm happy for like the Spurs organization where it is still today.
Yeah. Some things that I wanted to like just highlight the OG Hacker Shack. I missed that moment as well too. His sideline interview antics when he was like super blunt or give like a one word. I'm gonna miss that as well too. And just him standing up for his players, man. No matter what, he always stood up for them when they got thrown into the fire and whatnot as well too. So, like you said, I do put him on Mount Rushmore. Obviously, he had a lot of stability during the height of the heights with Tim Duncan, Manu, and Tony Parker, but to kind of always not only keep them intact, but even when they got older and still having the ability to sprinkle in and develop young talent and have veterans always there for us to always feel like we had a chance to compete was something pretty special. So, like you said, I hope our new coach is up for the role, up for the challenge. Because I ain't gonna lie, I kind of wanted Mike Malone, but clearly looks like Mike Malone is fine right now when not being
Yeah,
needed. You see what
yeah.
Denver's doing right now. So,
Mhm.
yeah, just praise to Pop. So we'll see what he does in the front office and how hands-on he is as well too. So, yeah.
Yeah, that wife said, "Come home."
Real.
Yeah.
I think also situations too, like one, of course, the interim coach is going to be the guy who's just already in the organization. But I think it's with Pop particularly, and I've seen reports of this as well, that he had kind of already been grooming this guy to be his successor. Like I think that the Spurs, because they are a first class organization, when, you know, they're prepared for like who's going to be next. They're not about to just be going through no search or something like that. It's like, no, we know who's going to succeed him. We've had this plan in motion. So I think that's going to be better for them and their culture anyway.